Hey guys, Josh Mall, the voice with Swimming Pool Science here at the International Pool Spa and Patio Expo. We're going to go check out and visit some of the companies that make swimming pool science great and the folks that we count on to keep your pools looking blue. So let's go check out some stuff.
Pentair's automation systems work really well and are super reliable. The software on them tends to be a little bit complex and a little tricky to figure out, but once you figure it out, you can do some really cool things, and they're capable of a lot of stuff, including some really neat wireless stuff. So you can control your phone, your pool from your phone, your iPad. They got some new valves coming out, the Intel valve, which is going to have some really cool software upgrades coming up here soon. And of course their lighting, their chemical feeder systems, as well as their salt systems, the IntelliChlor salts, or the IntelliChlor salt system.
Now you got to put in.
We're also big fans of the Pentair Master Temp heaters and the Stay Right MaxiTherm heater. This guy is tiny, and this is actually what we put on my sister's pool, and this thing gets that spa heated up quick, works really well, it's quiet, and just a really great unit. Now what they've done is they have actually built up and built this big boy right here. You can see the size of this thing. But what's cool about this is a combined heater and heat pump. So it's what they call they call it their hybrid system.
No, I'm just asking because
this is their Ultra Temp ETI hybrid heater. And this guy has a heat pump and heater all built into the same box.
As long as it's not a pool company, I don't want any competition.
No.
So what's great is that this thing's going to determine when you call for heat, when you say you want that pool up to 82 when it's only 72 degrees, this thing's going to look and say, okay, here's our water temperature, here's the atmospheric conditions. It's going to be most efficient to run on heat pump till I get to this temperature, and then it's going to switch over and it's going to run to gas heat to save you money and save you space. You see a lot of our snowbirds in Arizona, and they've got a heat pump and a heater in the equipment pad, and it takes up a lot of space and sometimes can be tricky to tie into automation and get to work reliably. They've done some new stuff on their cleaners. We're excited. They've upgraded the Rebel a little bit. For those of you guys that know the Rebel, we got new tires on it. There's some new gear stuff on the inside. So Pentair's also got the little Rebel, above ground pool cleaner. Kind of a neat unit, basically like a baby brother to the classic tried and true Rebel. Right next to the Racer, their pressure side cleaner, which is an expensive cleaner, but a really nice unit. And then this is interesting. I've always been a fan of the Hayward large capacity leaf canister, and they've redone their leaf trap. What's cool about this is it's got this mechanical piece that slides off. This opens up. Instead of the O-ring being here, like it is on a lot of these baskets that make them hard to open on the leaf canisters, it's here, so it now compresses down against the face of that and closes a lot easier. For our money, Pentair sets the standard in pump and filter quality. They make knockout stuff, and their IntelliFlow series pumps are just incredible with a great software setup. Obviously this one's not working, but this is really easy to manage. And the great thing we love about these variable speed pumps is the fact that this motor is sealed and it doesn't goof anything up. Now this is their Pentair IntelliFlow XF, which is a model they've had out for some time now, but they've increased the size of the unions on here for the couplers, so you can run a larger pipe in here, which allows for better flow of the water. And this is one of their new filters, their Full Flow XF series, which is going to be done in a grid style DE filter and also in a cartridge filter. And what they've done is they've increased the pipe size. So instead of this just being a small 2.5 inch line or 2 inch line, this is now a 2.5 inch line. And the plumbing throughout the entire filter is much larger. So you're able to move more gallons per minute through this filter without compromising any kind of filtration or things like that.
So Pentair not only makes top quality products, but they offer unparalleled support for us service guys. So we love it. They're continually offering classes for us and keeping us educated on all their systems so that we can keep your pools running great. So Pentair, we love these guys and expect to see Pentair products in your pool if something goes wrong with your existing equipment. I am here with my man, Chris Goldman with Taylor Technologies. Hey. And Taylor, you guys build one heck of a test kit, and it's what we count on to make sure we get accurate chemistry readings at each of our swimming pools. Can you tell us a little bit about what sets Taylor apart in the test kit game?
Well, I'll tell you what, it's all made in the United States. It's all made in Sparks, Maryland. We have a facility there. Even the bottles, the cases, the comparators, they're all made in Sparks, Maryland. We're vertically integrated. We control our own quality. We don't inspect in quality. That's what I was looking for. Sorry guys, a little late in the day. But we know what you guys are expecting. When we make those reagents, we make them to a lot tighter tolerance than just one drop, plus or minus one drop accuracy. They're way tighter than that. Also, the tips that we use, there are 25 drops per milliliter to those tips. That's a spec. I've looked at some other reagents that are out there, and they kind of can be all over the place, but we build quality into our products, and that's an important characteristic of the reagents.
Absolutely, and you know that classic Taylor test kit block, and as well as all other test kits out there, it's such a small water sample that precision matters in getting accurate readings, especially on that color block and being to compare that test.
It certainly does.
So that's where that quality control really comes in handy, and what I love most is the Bible that comes with each K2005 test kit and all your other test kits. It's got just about everything, and Chris, it's so complete that it talks about what to do if you get a funny reading, where to go, and lots of great stuff there. And you guys have done such a good job in the education department, making sure that we, the service guys, have everything we need to understand water chemistry.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, a new version, updated version of that 2004B book, it's just come out, and we put in it cyanuric acid correction table and also a borate correction table for total alkalinity, because they can affect the alkalinity that's in the water as far as testing.
Absolutely.
So it's already updated. Go get your new book. It's awesome stuff.
Well, it looks like we'll have to look into that. Chris, thanks a lot, man. Thanks for talking with us, man. We'll see you around. Yep. So we're here now with Evangelina from Easy Care Pool Products. Now, Evangelina, Kyle's a good friend of mine, Kyle Morgan. He's your guy down in Phoenix, Arizona. And you know, he's really helped us with the products, but you know, I figured I'd come and see you, and for our customers and those out there looking for some great products, maybe you could tell us a little bit about what sets your algicides apart. They're not like typical algicides, are they?
No, they're not. Our algicides are different because we don't have copper, we don't have metals in them, they do not foam.
And they don't stain either because they don't have the metals.
Not at all. And so they're advantageous for all customers to use our products. You only need 4 ounces a week to 10,000 gallons, so it goes a long way. It's a great winterizer also, and it is just great for everyone overall.
Yeah, so I mean, we really love your product because it's not your traditional algicide. Not only does it not have metals, but a lot of your algicides will consume and use a lot of chlorine in the chemical process of the pool that's not available for killing.
That's correct.
And your products don't do that, do they?
They do not at all. They're envirosafe and non-hazardous, so there is no problem even swimming immediately after adding our products into the water.
Now, above and beyond your algicide products, you guys also have some anti-scale products like Biodex, Startup Tech, things like that. And I know, for those of you with salt pools, man, Biodex is a really cool product.
It's a tremendous product. One bottle will treat a 20,000 gallon pool for 6 months. It goes a long way. But as the water goes through the salt cell system, it'll actually decalcify it and keep it clean from getting any more calcium for 6 months. You don't have to take it out and acid wash it anymore.
Yeah, and that's important because, you know, cleaning those salt cells through an acid wash actually does damage to the cell each time you do it and shortens the life. So, you know, you guys are doing great products. We really love your stuff, and we're going to keep buying it. And guys, if you haven't seen Easy Care products, I encourage you to check them out.
Come and see us.
Well, guys, we've seen some pretty cool stuff so far. We're taking a little lunch break now, but we're going to get back to the action here shortly.
Get out of the way.
So we're here at the Biodex booth, and we're here with Rick Lockett, who is the expert on Biodex products. And as you may have seen, some of our guys using Biodex products in your pools, maybe Clearix 500, maybe Aquadex 50, maybe Protectol, maybe even a little bit of your phosphate products, because we find that they are really effective and they work really well. And that's what we like to stick with a product, because we know it works great in your pool and it's going to save you money in the long run. So Rick, why don't you tell us a little bit about some of the Biodex products?
Sure, absolutely. We appreciate you using them. I think what you'll find when you use our products is that you get, you remove a lot of the things that cause problems in a pool. Right, so things like oils, you come in from suntan lotion, body lotions, all kinds of things that swimmers bring in with them. Of course, phosphates that come in from all kinds of cleaning chemicals and things that are in bathing suits, etc., and even from your fill water. And those can cause all kinds of problems with cloudy water or scale formation on the tile or algae growth and you know, general pool maintenance issues. So when you use our ClearX, for example, you're able to take out suspended particles in the water that you wouldn't otherwise be able to get out, and it's going to make the water clearer. It's going to make the water more enjoyable for the swimmer.
Sure.
On a more practical level, you know, an oil out, for example, an enzyme treatment that's going to allow you to break down those oils and get rid of them so they're not causing that nasty film on the surface or clogging up the tile or clogging up the filter. So it makes the pool more enjoyable.
And the enzyme oil out concentrate, that's pretty potent stuff, right? That'll treat over 500,000 gallons at one little quart, right?
Absolutely. This tiny little bottle can treat lots and lots of pools. So it's a great value for the user. You just put a little bit in each week and you're going to break down those oils periodically. Or if you have a problem, right? If you have
a lawnmower in the pool.
Lawnmower in the pool, a vandalized pool, we've seen that used before, or just a pool party. So yeah, highly concentrated. All our products highly concentrated. You're going to find dosage rates that are much greater than pretty much anything in the industry.
Absolutely.
Even our phosphate remover, for example, this 80-pound bottle of quart liquid, which is loaded with active ingredients. So when you need to remove phosphates, there's nothing stronger on the market than the Biodex phosphate.
And tell us a little bit more about phosphates, because as we know, phosphates, I like to say they're like miracle grow for algae or rocket fuel for algae, and a lot of times what can happen is that the phosphates will cause the algae to reproduce faster than chlorine can kill it. So you can have a normal amount of chlorine in the pool, but you can still have an algae growth.
Right.
How does the phosphate remover work to eliminate phosphates from the pool?
Yeah, so phosphates are pretty simple. They're just minerals, and you're able to, you put an appropriate chemical that will bind to them, and you create particles that are able to be filtered. So generally speaking, that's it. It's just a matter of it goes in and grabs the phosphates through a chemical reaction, and you create a phosphate particle that is now able to be filtered. So it pulls them out of solution, creates a particle for filtration. And you can then either, if you have a high quality filter, sometimes that's good enough, it'll take it out on its own. Otherwise, you may need to put in a little ClearX to help bind that up and make it easier to clear. But generally within 24 hours, you'll see the water cloud initially as that stuff comes out of solution, and then it will clear within about 24 hours.
Now,
no phosphate.
Now, rumor has it that if you don't have a phosphate test, you can tell if there's phosphates in the pool by putting a little bit of phosphate remover to see if it clouds up. Is that for the most part true?
Generally speaking, I mean, it's certainly not completely accurate as far as the level, but it'll tell you if there's
Sure.
reaction.
Yeah, you won't get quantities, but you can say, hey, there's probably a little bit of phosphate.
Same way if you put a chlorine test dye in, you're going to get a little bit of reaction if there's some chlorine. So same thing.
Yeah, well, Rick, I want to thank you guys, and I want to thank Biodex for making such a great product that we here at Swimming Pool Science count on, and that's just a few of the products that Biodex offers, and that's some of the stuff we use in your pools.
Great.
Thanks a lot.
Appreciate your business.
So one of the important publications I rely on is the Service Industry News. These guys put out a great newsletter that gives me education. They have great articles, and that helps us to do a better job on your pool because we can keep up on things that are going on, new products, things like that. And it's great. It's a newspaper, so we can use it for the kids when they want to paint stuff on the kitchen table. So Service Industry News, that's another publication we use to keep ourselves educated and informed between events like this. So guys, I'm with two folks that have done a really cool thing for the pool industry. These are the guys from Pool Chasers and Brothers Pool Service in Scottsdale, Arizona. And they've got a really great podcast where they interview people in the industry, folks like Wayne from Taylor Technologies, to really help spread good, important information and a place where we can kind of blow off steam a little bit and hear stories that we all relate to. And so, you know, these guys are great. And what I love about your podcast is it's great for us industry guys, but it's also really great, like if you're a homeowner and you just want to learn more about your pools, because you guys do a good job of explaining things in a really easy way and giving a little insight to what we go through on a daily basis as pool professionals. So, you know, what inspired you guys to do the podcast?
Yeah, so I mean, we started Brothers Pool Service about 5 years ago. We were trying really hard to find, you know, different avenues of education, how we could make our business better, how we could run it, certain things like that. There wasn't much out there, so we learned a lot through trial and error, through mistakes, through successes, you know. So we figured we would like to provide an avenue for that for other people, so that we could, you know, put out a platform that, you know, from learning from people's failures and successes, and you can kind of not make those same mistakes yourself. That's a lot of the inspiration is because of that. You know, we just want to help elevate the industry and maybe anything else.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's pretty much the same thing. I mean, there's so many different opinions in the pool industry, and when we get to interview, you know, kind of master pool builders and pool service and repair companies, they're giving little you know, kind of little bit insights on how they overcame those failures. So if you really pay attention to what these guys are saying, they're giving you gold. So pay close attention to everything these guys are saying on the podcast, because, you know, we had Jeremy Nagel, Justin Bowie from JMax, and Rick Chafee with Red Rock Contractors. Listen to that, and that's gold right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, people pay thousands of dollars for some of that information. So it's a real cool thing for them to kind of, you know, give their time, you know, a couple hours to the cause of podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. And for you do-it-yourselfers out there, Pool Chasers is an absolute must-listen. So you make sure you check it out at the Apple Podcast Store and or wherever you get your podcast. That is Pool Chasers, and you're going to get a lot of great information, whether you're just a do-it-yourselfer or you're trying to be, or you are an industry professional. Hey guys, time to check out some chemicals, and we are with Jason from Haase, who makes those orange and yellow crates you see in the back of our trucks, and we sure do buy a lot of. And Jason, you know, I got to tell you, I am kind of a stickler when it comes to chemicals. I am all about sodium hypochlorite and a good, strong hydrochloric acid, which you guys make. Now, there's other brands I can get out there. Tell us a little bit about what sets Haase apart and why you guys are kind of the #1 name in liquids for chlorine and acid.
Well, what we do is we filter our chlorine, #1. So by running it through a PAL filter, we take the impurities out, which makes it a more stable product in the bottle. Doesn't degrade as fast, so you're getting a product that lasts longer and stronger. On top of that, we're at 12.5%. There's a lot of 10% chlorine out there, so 12.5% is like a fifth bottle in that case. So you know, we put out a quality product, and our muriatic acid again is 31.45%. A lot of acid out there is 15, so you're getting a full strength acid as well.
Yeah, and this is you know, those orange Haase crates. That is our #1 go-to for acid washes. We're adjusting pH in pools, things like that. We got to clean out salt cells, and your bleach. I'll tell you, I got a bottle of your bleach under the sink at home, as well as, you know, stacked up in the back. And so, can you offer any tips to the folks out there? As we know, sodium hypochlorite, also known as bleach, also known as liquid chlorine, it tends to be a little perishable. Any tips for storing it to last longer?
Well, stored in a cooler environment, it will definitely stay stronger longer. Heat and UV will degrade chlorine. Chlorine has a standard degradation. You can look it up. There's a PAL chart that will show you at what temperature, how long it'll last. You can look that up online. But generally, you know, the cooler environment you keep it in, the stronger it will stay. And you know, being filtered again, as it stays stronger longer.
Yeah. Well, Jason, I got to tell you, your product keeps all of our customers' pools looking great. We really appreciate it. Thanks for chatting with us today.
We appreciate you. Thanks.
Yeah.
Chili.
Yeah.
The prices we have at the moment are basically
Well, guys, that's going to about do it here from Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas from the pool show. As you can see, we're not coming home empty-handed. We saw some cool stuff. We met some great people. And now you know the products that Swimming Pool Science counts on to get the job done and keep your pool blue.